Welcome to r/Best of Redditor updates, where OP's boyfriend almost murders her over milk. Our next Reddit post comes from r/True Off My Chest. I live with my boyfriend, and we've had conflicts now for over 5 months because of milk. Approximately 6 months ago, I found out that I'm lactose intolerant, and it made me change all my diet to avoid stomachache and nausea, which is working pretty well. I don't expect my boyfriend to change his diet to accommodate me, so we've been buying our own groceries to not impact one another. In my country, plant-based milk and lactose-free products are very expensive, but since I love my cheese and milk, I buy it anyways. The problem is that my partner eats it all when I'm not home and doesn't replace it by buying more. I don't mind sharing food, but it's really disrespectful of him to not leave some for me. He knows that lactose is something my stomach can't handle, but he still eats and drinks my products when I'm not around. It's made us fight a lot, and it's been going on for 5 months now. This morning, seeing less than 100 milliliters of my almond milk left made me go absolutely crazy. I had just worked a 10-hour shift at the hospital, and I just wanted a latte. He keeps saying that it's not a big deal, but the fact that he chooses to consume my stuff and refuses to admit his mistakes makes it unbearable. How my boyfriend treats me is absolutely outrageous, and it's made me realize that he doesn't treat me as an equal or respect me. I can't take it anymore. I bought a plane ticket to return to my parents' home. Then OP writes her boyfriend a breakup letter and she shares it in the post, which I'm gonna skip over. She leaves the letter for her boyfriend to find. Then, 3 days later, OP posted an update. While my ex-boyfriend was at college, me and my 4 friends packed up my stuff. The only thing I left behind was our engagement ring, photos, and the house keys. I left the heavy and big stuff at my friend's house, and she'll be shipping it to my parents' home. While I traveled, I kept my phone off, and eventually I arrived at my home city. Today, when I finally turned my phone on, there was more than 74 calls from him. The messages ranged between begging me to come home to talk it out, to threatening to expose my nudes, to telling everyone about my ADHD, to threatening to find me and make me regret it. This made me quite afraid, so I showed my parents these text messages. We're planning to spend several days at our beach home in another state until it's safe and get a police report. I don't know what'll happen after I file a report because in our country, Brazil, the police force is worthless. Then, 6 days later, OP posted another update. In my last update, I told you that I was traveling to my family's beach house and it saved my life. Before leaving, I told the building administration that my ex wasn't allowed to enter the condominium since he's a threat. This morning, my parents received a call from the doorman saying they called the police because my ex-boyfriend showed up and tried to find me. He was able to enter the building since I forgot to delete his Face ID. But fortunately, this monster was stopped at reception. At first, he tried to talk to the staff saying that it was all a misunderstanding and that we're back together, but they asked for proof and this idiot couldn't even provide it. He became very violent and tried to attack the staff, so they called the cops. When the cops searched through his bag, they found a pair of knives, gloves, and plastic bags. Now he's in police custody. I'm still shaken up at the possibility of me being murdered by him, so this will be my final update since we'll be suing him. The fact that all of this was caused by milk is really shocking because it made me see that the man I almost married is a monster. Wow. I feel like we're on I'm noticing a pattern, guys. First, we have the guy who almost crashed the car with his wife over an argument about mustard. Then we have the guy who's obsessed with pizza, and now we have Milkman, who has to drink almond milk. What's with all these dudes who are trying to murder their girlfriend/wife over mustard/pizza/milk? Our next Reddit post comes from r/Am I the Bad Guy? Am I the bad guy for not supporting my girlfriend's sister? I've been with my girlfriend, who's 27, for 5 years. She loves her sister a ton, which is a good thing because I believe in supporting and helping your siblings as long as it doesn't ruin your own life. We just made the down payment on a house in the suburbs of a large city, so we have a mortgage. I'm a 28-year-old guy, and I work in tech as a software developer with a master's degree in computer science. I make quite a lot of money, so money issues have never come up. My girlfriend doesn't work, but she does do chores and cooking around the house. We both agreed to this. I was planning to propose to my girlfriend next year, but a problem arose about 2 years ago. For the last 2 years, probably longer, my girlfriend has been sending money to her younger sister, Emily. Emily got pregnant at 20 years old. She works as a waitress. The father is bouncing from job to job. Emily says that he's very lazy. He'll disappear for hours at a time without telling Emily where he's going or what he's doing. Emily has asked my girlfriend on several occasions for money. My girlfriend, being the nice and sweet person she is, says yes all the time. It started off as paying for diapers, no problem. Then baby clothes, which is also no problem. Then daycare, which I just brushed off. I talked with my girlfriend, saying that we can't always pay for everything and that helping out with a couple of things is okay. My girlfriend reassured me and said that she would stop sending money as soon as they got back on their feet, which is fine. One day, I hired a financial planner. The next day, I got an email saying that my account had sent out approximately $50,000 over the last 10 months. And currently, I only have $20,000 sitting in my account. I talked with my girlfriend and she apologized and said that she knew that I wouldn't want to keep sending her sister money and how she just cares about her sister. As it turns out, we've been paying for everything: insurance, rent, car payment, daycare, clothing for all 3 of them, dinners, dates, and going out expenses. It is partly my fault because I never check my bank account. My girlfriend shows me text messages between her and Emily saying that she needs the money. I then noticed a pattern where Emily would say, "Hey, can you send me money? I don't have money for blank." And of course, my girlfriend says yes. Then she would talk to me. I would say no, don't send the money, and my girlfriend would say that she won't send the money. Then, the very next day, my girlfriend sends them $1,000 for car repairs or whatever. I talk with my girlfriend, and we get into an argument where she says that she'll help out her sister no matter what. I understand that, to an extent. We argue, trying to understand each other's point of view. As stated before, I did have $20,000 in my account, but now I'm down to $19,000. But what about next time and the time after that? My girlfriend then decides that she needs some time alone and that she'll be at her mother's for the time being. Now I'm all alone in this house that I thought that I would live in with the girl of my dreams. Okay, the post ends here, but why don't we give a butthole score? OP, you are not the bad guy here. Your girlfriend literally stole $50K from you, and you say it's your fault because you never check your bank account? No, that's like saying it's your fault that your house got robbed because you left the window unlocked. No, you know whose fault it is that you got robbed? The robber's fault. Sending $50K over 10 months? That's insane! That's a full-blown salary. Your girlfriend is sending her sister a $60,000 a year salary for free. Without talking to you, without letting you know, without permission, just stealing your money. Opie, this is some of the most clear-cut deal-breaker behavior that I've ever seen. I have to wonder if she even likes you, or if she's just dating you because you're an easy mark. Please dump this girl, OP. Your girlfriend gets 4 out of 5 bad guys. And in my opinion, you guys might think this is too harsh. I think she honestly deserves to be in jail. $50K? If you steal $50K from a store or your employer or the bank, you're going to jail. So why should a boyfriend or a girlfriend get a pass for stealing $50K from their partner? They shouldn't. Then the next day, OP posted an update. OP clarifies that he makes about $150,000 a year as a lead software developer. He also says that as someone with no dogs, kids, or any major responsibilities besides himself and his girlfriend, he never checks his account. He says, "I'm more sad by the betrayal than the money. Money will come back, but time will never come back. 5 whole years, my proposal plan, my life plan, my future kids that I dreamed about with her, just gone. All those things we've said to each other, all the late night wine-drunk games that we spent, all the dates, all the flowers I gave her. I really tried with all my power to be the best man that she can have. I would have trusted her with my life. And what do I get back? $50K just gone." Then, 8 days later, OP posted an update. "My girlfriend is now my ex-girlfriend. we met at a local coffee shop, and I told her that things wouldn't work out for us, and she went absolutely ballistic. She caused a scene, begging me not to end it. It did hurt me to see her like this, but after a couple of weeks to give it some thought, I wouldn't want a wife who's a liar and one that I couldn't trust financially. I put a $100 bill on the table and left, but she followed me down to my car. She begged me and told me that she wouldn't send any more money to her sister and how she would do anything for us to be together. It was hard, but I stayed strong. She came by to pick up her belongings the other day, and I almost had to call the cops because she wouldn't leave. She tried everything from adult favors, begging, crying. Then it turned to screaming that I ruined her life, to even saying that without her, I wouldn't have gotten to where I am now because of her support. I stayed strong, and when she left, I just broke down sobbing. For those wondering, I'm not going to press charges because all I want is for her to leave me alone. I don't want anything to do with her. I don't ever want to see her face again. The money will come back as it's just me, a house, and 2 paid-off cars. It does get lonely, so I'm thinking of getting a puppy. Man, OP, all this time your girlfriend was trying to get into your pants. Turns out it's because that's where you keep your wallet. Okay, so on a more positive note, OP, I gotta say, you sound like an absolute catch. You're trusting, you're caring, you're romantic, you're giving. Clearly, you're intelligent because of your job. And to top it all off, you're making $150K a year. Dude, I know that right now it stings really, really bad to lose a 5-year relationship, but get back out there, King. You're gonna have girls throwing themselves at you. This entire post is just a long list of red flags on her part and a long list of green flags on your part. What is OP's biggest flaw? That he's too trusting? That he's too caring for his girlfriend and his family? Get back out there, King. Trust me, you're gonna have no problems at all in the dating market. You might be like too good of a person. You might be too nice. This girl stole $50,000 from you, and your response was to give her $100? You're so nice, dude. I don't know how you can just walk away from that. Man, that's more than what most people make in America. What's the average salary in America? The average salary in America is $54K a year. So yeah, she was giving away more than what the average American makes. Not the average, the median. Well, good luck, OP. You sound like a really good person, and I genuinely hope you find love and happiness out there. Our next Reddit post comes from r/deadbedrooms. And if you don't know, r/deadbedrooms is like a support subreddit for people whose sex life has just completely dried up. Typically, it's one person who does want intimacy and they're married to someone who doesn't want intimacy, and the person who does want intimacy is coming to the subreddit as a way to it's like a support group subreddit. You've posted several times in this sub complaining that I don't passionately hug you enough. You post that I shrink away from your touch and that you just don't know what to do anymore. Instead of complaining to internet strangers and making me seem like a frigid B-word who might have some childhood trauma regarding passionate hugging, which isn't even true, what is wrong with you? Maybe you should try looking inward. Do you think maybe it's because you refuse to help me clean? Do you think maybe because of the fact that whenever I ask you for help, you tell me, well, you do it better than me, or maybe later? Or the fact that at least once a month you yell at me for not making the food correctly? Do you think it's due to the fact that you never once woke up at night for the babies and would yell at me when one of them woke you up crying? Or because of the fact that across 3 kids you've changed maybe 5 diapers total? Jesus. Alright, so for context here, I change on average probably 3 diapers a day. I know that's not super high, but my wife handles most of the diapers during the day while I'm working. Anyways, that's just some context for how bad that is. Do you think it's because you refuse to spend any time at all with me and the kids? I can't even remember the last time you took me on a date night. I stopped asking you 2 years ago when you didn't even get me a card for my birthday. You actually woke me up on my birthday to yell at me that our son had thrown up all over his bed and I didn't clean it up. If you were awake and I wasn't, then maybe just do it yourself? Do you think it's because the only time you try to passionately hug me is after I'm already asleep? Do you think it's because of the fact that over the last 3 years you haven't even tried to get me to finish? Or that you threw away my vibrator because you shouldn't have anything except your husband inside of you. Or maybe because you keep asking me for certain adult acts that you know make me extremely uncomfortable? Do you think that maybe it's the fact that after the last 3 times we've passionately hugged, you've made rude comments about my extra flab and stretch marks? Or maybe was it the time that I bought lingerie and you laughed and said that I should have gotten a larger size? Or maybe last year for Christmas, when I said that it would be fun to go to a cabin in the snow, just us for my birthday, you instead got me personal training sessions and told me, this will help with your attraction. Man, oh, this is hard to get through. Do you think it's because of the fact that you constantly talk about how hot your new coworker is? Or the fact that you go to a strip club almost every Friday after work instead of spending time with your wives and kids? Please explain to me why I would want to passionately hug you. Why? When the only times that we do passionately hug, it lasts 3 minutes and afterwards you just roll over and tell me to finish myself off. How can I when you throw away my vibrators? Maybe instead of coming to Reddit and making me seem like the bad guy, fix yourself first. F you. Words don't describe the contempt I feel for you after finding your multiple posts across different subs about how I hate passionate hugging and I'm possibly asexual. I love passionate hugging. I used to have good passionate hugging. I miss it. I do not miss you anymore. I hope you effing read this. Don't believe everything you read here, people. There's always another side. And to all the men complaining here that your wives don't passionately hug them enough, maybe stop to consider the fact that you might be the issue. Then, about 1 month later, OP posted an update. He read the post. He disagreed with everything I said, and we've been living apart since he screenshot my post and asked if it was about him. The gist of it is that he thinks that I don't put enough effort into being physically attractive to him, so in his mind, it's okay to not put effort into passionately hugging and want to cheat. Men are visual creatures. He thinks that he should be able to experience everything he wants in the bedroom, even if I don't want it because I'm his wife and it's my obligation to keep him happy. That was shocking to hear. This was not the man I married. We're going through with divorce, and I couldn't be happier. My life is infinitely easier without him in it. Then, 3 months later, OP posted an update. Sorry if this is not a great update. We divorced. He gets the kids on weekends only, which has left me with a lot of free time. I've been going on dates, and I met a lovely man who's incredible in bed. I feel so sexy again, smiley face. My ex has asked to reconcile a few times, and I heard through the grapevine of mutual friends that he's complaining about single life. Lol. OP adds, he tried to ask out the hot coworker. She didn't even know that we were divorcing, so she sent me a screenshot. So she sent me a screenshot on Facebook where she turned him down and basically said, ew, I would never date someone like you. Lol. What's so funny about this post is, what did he say? He disagreed with everything I said. So he disagreed with all the accusations. But here's the thing. If he disagreed with the accusations and he thinks that OP is lying, how did he know the post was about him? Because OP posted this anonymously, so he screenshotted it to be like, hey, is this about me? Well, if you think that everything is a lie in there, buddy, then why do you think it's about you, huh? Also, OP, I don't know why you said sorry for the update not being good. These updates are great. That was r/Best of Redditor updates. And if you like this content, check out my podcast where I publish the exact same episodes. Also, hit that subscribe button because I put out new Reddit videos every single day.